Hello everyone. Today we have a powerful story about a young potter who thought he knew everything. By the end of this story, we'll discover why sometimes the wisest thing we can do is admit we still have much to learn. But that's not all. While we listen to this ancient parable, we will also practice our English listening skills with clear, slow narration. This story uses simple but beautiful language that will help you improve naturally. So stay with us until the end. This is a lesson that changed one person's life forever. Let's begin. There was once a young traveler named Kian who had journeyed across 3 provinces to find a master potter whose work was said to be unmatched in all the land. Kian himself was a potter, and he had won awards in his own village. His bowls were praised by merchants, and his vases adorned the homes of wealthy families. When Kian finally reached the master's workshop, nestled in a quiet valley, he found an old woman working at her wheel. She was small and weathered, her hands stained with clay. "I am looking for the master potter," Kian said. "You have found her," the old woman replied without looking up. Kian was surprised. This simple old woman was the famous master. He had expected someone more impressive. "I've come to learn from you," Kian said. "I am already skilled in my craft, but I wish to perfect my technique. I have studied under 3 teachers, and I know 17 different glazing methods. I've created pieces that have been purchased by..." The old woman raised her hand. "Come," she said simply. "Sit." She gestured to a stool beside her wheel. Kian sat, eager to begin. The master reached behind her and pulled out 2 bowls. One was exquisitely beautiful, painted with intricate designs, its glaze shimmering in the afternoon light. The other was plain and empty, just fired clay with no decoration at all. "Which bowl do you prefer?" she asked. Kian examined them both. "The decorated one, of course. The artistry is remarkable. The technique is..." "Good," the master interrupted. She took the beautiful bowl and filled it with water from a nearby bucket. She filled it to the very brim, until the water nearly spilled over the edge. Then she picked up a pitcher and began to pour more water into the already full bowl. The water ran over the sides, spilling onto the table, dripping onto the floor. She kept pouring. "Master, stop!" Kian cried. "The bowl is already full." "You're wasting the water." The old woman set down the pitcher and smiled. "Now," she said, picking up the plain, empty bowl, "tell me, if I wanted to give you fresh mountain water that I collected this morning, which bowl should I use?" Kian looked at the full, overflowing bowl, then at the empty one. The answer was obvious. "The empty bowl," he said quietly. "Yes," the master said. "You come to me with a bowl already full of techniques you have learned, full of praise you have received, full of certainty about what you know. But I cannot pour anything new into a bowl that is already full." She placed the empty bowl in Kian's hands. "If you truly wish to learn, you must first empty your bowl. Not forever, not to abandon what you have learned, but to make room for what you do not yet know." Kian sat in silence, holding the empty bowl. For the first time in years, he realized he had been so busy filling his bowl with accomplishments that he had stopped learning anything new. His hands knew the 17 glazing methods, but his mind had closed. "Please tell me, how do I empty my bowl?" Kian asked. The master smiled. "You already have, the moment you realized it was full." From that day forward, Kian stayed with the master, and whenever he felt certain he knew the right way to do something, whenever he felt the urge to correct or to show off his knowledge, he remembered the empty bowl sitting on the master's shelf. He learned that wisdom is not about how much you can hold. It is about knowing when to pour yourself out, to make room for new water. We all carry bowls in our hands, Some are full of opinions. Some are full of old hurts. Some are full of the need to be right. But the beautiful thing about a bowl is that we can choose to empty it anytime we wish, to make room for something new. If this story resonated with you, consider what bowl you might be carrying that is too full. And remember, emptying your bowl is not losing what you know. It is making space for what you have yet to discover. Thank you for listening. Until the next story. This story teaches us an important truth. We can only learn when we're willing to admit we don't know everything. Like the empty bowl, our minds must have space to receive new knowledge. When we think we already know it all, we close ourselves off from growth. Today, while listening to this parable, you also practiced your English listening skills. You heard clear pronunciation, learned new vocabulary like master, technique, and humble, and experienced how English sounds when spoken slowly and naturally. Remember, learning English is like the empty bowl in our story. The more open you are to learning, the more you will receive. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep your mind open to new knowledge. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this lesson. Subscribe to Unhurried Voice for more wisdom stories that help you learn and grow. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next story.